it's finally gotten like really, really cold. Ironically, I did go for a run this morning and it was warmer then at 7:40 in the morning than it is now at 3:20 p.m. And that is a huge bummer to me. So I'm already in my coat. I have a doctor's appointment like in half an hour. So I just am like getting ready to go, getting ready to like clock out and making sure this audio that I'm sending for work is going to like land. And then I will probably clock out like right after that. Just took him out. He's looking adorable. And that little Krusty Krab mug is full of a vitamin C drink because I know how immune systems work this time of year when it gets immediately cold and dark at 5. I'm not thrilled. I didn't even properly intro this vlog yet. My name's Sammy Jo. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Hey, good to see you. You're looking fit. So what I mostly wanted to do with this vlog is properly like break down the 10K that I did a few weeks ago and then talk about, yes, my winter arc. Everybody and their mama is talking about the winter arc right now and how they are locking in before the new year. At least everybody that I see online, because I follow that whole, I'm down that productivity rabbit hole, because it gives me a false sense of productivity in my own life. Well, I have been productive in a few areas, but I just kind of want to sit down and talk about what I'm really looking forward to in 2025, what I'm looking forward to in just the next month, the next few weeks even, and just how I want to become better. I feel like every few vlogs I'm coming back being like, man, I was really out of focus, but now I'm back, baby. And what I really want to do this time is just come up with solutions for me to stay consistent and not go so extreme with like an extreme slump to an extreme high, you know? I just want to be a consistent Catherine. I don't hate that. I just want to be a consistent Catherine. Tempo run. The app thinks that I did a 5K in this time. I know I did not. I didn't turn on my watch, but half hour's worth of running. All done for the day. Hey, I do apologize if you can hear the laundry going on downstairs, but I did want to wrap up this video and sit down and kind of talk about my winter arc. Yes, everybody and their mother is talking about the winter arc right now, like I said a couple days ago. I also wanted to debrief the 10K that I ran a couple weekends ago. So that was before Halloween. It's now November 14th. I cannot believe we are halfway basically through November with just another month left after that in this year. That is so crazy. The 10K, I ran it. I sure did finish it in a timely manner. So one cardinal rule that they say you should do before like a big race or your first race or your first big race or anything like that. So this is the first time that I ran the 10K distance. You shouldn't really do anything different from your actual race day. This was a spooky sprint and it was my first time putting on my Spyro the Dragon onesie. The crotch hit my knees. I did not really have that good a range of motion. And I was not running with the big flopsy nose atop my head for the entire 6.2 miles. There was just absolutely no way. Having done it for realsies, I do want to do another one again. So my only New Year's resolution for 2024 was to run 2 5K races this year. So having run a 5K and now a 10K, I am in fact squeezing another 5K in right before the end of the year. I'm doing a virtual turkey trot I've never done a virtual race before, so I'm interested to see how that goes. They should be like mailing me my bib and hoodie. I really did do it for the hoodie, but I also wanted to, you know, be a perfectionist and technically do 2 5Ks in a year per my resolution. So I'm squeezing that in. I'll get that done the morning of Thanksgiving, come back inside, shower, make a pumpkin pie, and then go see my family for Thanksgiving. So I'm really excited about it and really proud of myself for even doing this. Like I said, I do want to do another 10K in the future. Maybe I'll up the ante to 2. My boyfriend has me believing in myself. Darn him, and I'm considering a half marathon. I don't know if that actually will be the plan for next year. Maybe I'll follow a half marathon training plan, but stick with like the actual 10K distance. We'll just have to see, because that's kind of what I did. I trained for a 10K, thinking I was just gonna do a 5K and do a 5K easier, but ended up doing a 10K. We'll just have to see. I get all ambitious and proud of myself. So I really am proud of myself for even doing it. I was thinking that I would, when I was first toying with the idea of a 10K, thinking that I would finish it within like an hour and a half, and my actual finish time on my chip was an hour and like 17 minutes. So I'm actually still pretty impressed with myself for my first time doing a 10K. I'm cool with it. For the winter arc, I wrote down a couple of little rules for myself. So if you've never heard of the winter arc, it's just all the productivity girlies locking in, kind of putting do not disturb on their phones and setting into their goals. Getting a head start on like the new year, new me body type of thing is mostly what I'm seeing, but it applies to other things too. Like maybe if you want to have a winter arc with like your business or your studying or anything like that. So a lot of what I see kind of looks a little bit like the 75 hard or 75 soft challenge, where you just like, you have a workout routine, a morning routine, a diet that you follow, you read instead of scroll, little things like that. What I wrote down for mine is fairly simple. So I'm gonna stick to an exercise training plan. I'm gonna stick to my caloric deficit goals and try to get to 10 to 12,000 steps a day. I've been doing 10. I kind of want to slowly increase to 12,000. This week I like just started my cycle, so I'm taking it a little easy on myself, and if I just hit like 10 to 11, that's great. But I am kind of like going for 12. My boyfriend is actually kind of on his own little winter arc in his own right. We have a home gym downstairs. We have like a squat rack, a bench, some dumbbells, and he's been sticking to his training plan for a couple of months now, and I'm really proud of him. We're both seeing like the results, and he's sticking to his diet as well. In fact, we were gonna go out tonight for pizza, and he's like texting me like, I don't know if I can hold out. I should just have some hummus and not eat as much pizza. And I'm like, you don't have to be so strict. But when you do have that discipline with yourself, you do see results. I'm seeing results as well. I'm on my freaking period and losing weight still. And I'm still indulging. Like I had a whole Halo top last night. It was amazing, and I'm still doing pretty well. I'm actually following his weight training plan too. So my split right now looks like Monday is chest and triceps, like a push day. Tuesday I run. Wednesday is shoulders and legs. Thursday I'll run. And then Friday is back and biceps, and then Saturday is like reserved for my long run. And that's just while I'm training for the next 5K. And then when I'm kind of in like an off season, I will maybe have a long run on Saturdays, or maybe do something else. Like I've been thinking about checking out cycling classes, Pilates. I don't have a membership anywhere right now, but it's just something I've been thinking about. And then Sunday, total rest. I don't even really worry too much about my steps on Sundays. You know, I keep in mind what I eat, but otherwise taking it really easy. And then I have a couple of other little personal things that'll help me both mentally and like with my sleep, and also with my physical health as well. So the other thing that I wrote down and that I have started doing the last couple of days, and I really like it right now, is to not sleep with my phone. My phone is no longer my alarm clock. Actually, I have an alarm on my watch, and I just kind of, it buzzes me awake, and it's nice. It's kind of like a little just like, and at first it did kind of freak me out, but that was like a year ago that I got this watch, and now it's just my little alarm. And sometimes it wakes up David, but I don't think it has been lately. If it has, he hasn't said anything, bless his heart. So I'm not sleeping with my phone anymore because I tend to be a night scroller, and I don't want to be doing that anymore. So after I'm done like brushing my teeth and washing my face and doing my hair care, I'll just plug my phone in here in my office and then go to sleep. I also wrote down to stop overspending. I like to think I'm pretty good at budgeting, but when I go grocery shopping, I'll add a couple of extra things to the list. Or what I'm really bad about is getting like poppies. I love my poppy sodas, but I need to save those. Like, I don't need to get the big bulk cans. They're just a little bit more expensive than like pop. And I could also, you know, cut back on pop, but I'll get to that in a little bit. But I do need to like be stricter with my budgeting, especially as things just continue to increase in price. I need to carve out the time to specifically go to Aldi. I have tried shopping other places for my groceries. Even this last time, I did not get near as much as I normally do, and it costs like $50 more than if I had just gone to Aldi for a regular full stock up. So I need to make my time for Aldi. Next thing I wrote down is just kind of like clean as I go. So something that I tend to stress out about and think that I don't have enough time for is just cleaning the house, keeping up with dusting, wiping countertops, dishes, etc. And then the last thing that I have is a big struggle for me, and that's to limit my consumption of sugar, like my sweet treats, and sodas. And this is for my dental health, which will in turn benefit my mental health and my financial health, because I am so tired of spending money and time and anxiety on dental work. I just had a root canal a few months ago, and I don't want to ever do that again. And just this last week, I go in for another checkup, and I've got another small cavity right by where I had my root canal, and I'm just so mad at myself. You know, I think we all like dessert at the end of the day, but we don't need it every single day. Special occasions, sure, and I do like to have a little something sweet every day, but I'm kind of like really forcing myself to, like, if I'm gonna have like the really like sweet coffee, like today I decided to make a little fancier coffee, and that means I'm gonna really try to not have dessert at the end of the night too. When I first started living on my own, it was pretty easy for me to just have a sweet treat, as in a peppermint tea. I would occasionally add milk to it, but usually just a peppermint tea at the end of the night kind of counted as my sweet treat, and that's when I first started really losing weight and taking that really seriously. And I guess somewhere along the way, I got a little bit of like diet fatigue and started incorporating the sweets again. And I do think it's fine. Every individual person is different. Right now, I'm in a phase where I need to, you know, really dial back on that. I'm tired of paying for dental work. It's a big emotional stress, and it's expensive. And it'll help me achieve my goals anyway, you know, by, you know, cutting back on the sugar and by cutting back on the sodas, whether they be diet or not. It'll be good at the end of the day either way. And we are coming up on a time where I'm going to have a lot of sweets. We're going to Universal Studios again at the top of December. So there will be pumpkin juices and butter beers and those gigantic milkshakes for those like 3 days. Yeah, basically that is kind of my winter arc. I've been pretty much on it for a couple of months now. Thanks to David, I give him a lot of credit because he's been on his own grind. He's been meal prepping and he's been making really good food, and I appreciate that he shares it with me. And it makes me want to start meal prepping as well. We'll have to see. We're going on this journey together. You're invited. Come on along. The water's fine. I'm gonna keep running when I'm done with this 5K coming up on Thanksgiving. I'm just not gonna go as intense until the top of the year. And then we're gonna get into full swing with 10K training, possibly half marathon training. Do not hold me to that, I'm not sure. The only thing that holds me back from half marathon at this point is the time commitment, because that's a long time to spend running. And it's not that I don't want to, it's that there's other things that I want to do more. And there's other body goals that I have. You know, I wanna put on a lot of muscle, and excessive cardio is something that does tend to deplete the muscle. So I think 10K to half, even back down to 5K is like a good sweet spot for me to maintain the muscle that I want while also increasing my endurance. So this next month, Universal trip included, is gonna be a real dialed in month. So unfortunately, FC was eliminated from the playoff, so my soccer season has ended a little bit sooner than I would have liked it to. That said, I am not working any sports or any other side gigs for a while, actually, until after Christmas. In the meanwhile, I am just gonna be kind of locked in this little month right here is my whole winter arc, basically. Look at me using trendy talking points on the YouTube. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck with your winter arc if you are doing one, if you're doing 75 hard or anything like that, if you're training for anything, or if you're entering a quiet season. Oh my God, please enjoy that. Make sure you stay hydrated, stay healthy, stay happy. I'll see you in the next one.